For 3.3, we're talking about evaluating functions. So remember, evaluating functions means that we're plugging in either x or y to find the other value. So we're plugging in either x or y to find the other one, to find either x or y. So it's important to remember that f of x is the same thing as y. And when they give you a number, like let's say they give you f of 4, what they're telling you is that x equals 4. That's what that means. So we have this function, f of x equals negative 3x plus 4, and we need to find x equals, they give us x equals negative 1. So we're going to take this negative 1, and we're going to put it in every time we see an x. So that would be f of negative 1 equals negative 3, parentheses, negative 1, plus 4. So we can work out the right side. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3, plus 4, and 3 plus 4 is 7. So that tells us that f of negative 1 is 7. We could also say that there's an ordered pair, negative 1, comma 7, that is on this line. We're going to do the same thing with our other one. They've given us the f of x. Remember that if they're giving it to us like this, f of negative 2 is telling us that x equals negative 2. So we're going to rewrite the function, and instead of x, we're going to plug in a negative 2. So we get f of negative 2 equals negative 3, parentheses, or times negative 2, plus 4. So f of negative 2 equals, well, negative 3 times a negative 2 is positive 6, plus 4, and 6 plus 4 is 10. So that tells us there's another ordered pair on this line, negative 2, 10. From a graph, we can do the same thing. So they've asked us to find f of 3. So remember, this is the same thing as saying x equals negative 3. So we're going to go to our graph, and we're going to go to the left to negative 3. And then we're going to figure out if we go up or down, which way do we run into our line. Well, notice if we go up, we're going to hit our line here. So this is the point that we're looking at. And the y value of that point is positive 5. So f of negative 3 equals 5. This time they gave me f of x equals 4, so they're telling me that y equals 4. So I need to go to the y value of 4, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need to see where I run into the line. If I go left or right, am I going to hit it? Well, notice if I go to the left, there's the point right there. So this point is the point I'm working with, because that's the point that the y value is 4. And that x value is at negative 1. For both of these, f of x equals 2x plus 3. They're telling me f of x equals 11 and f of x equals negative 6. So remember, they're just telling me that y equals 11 and y equals negative 6. So we're going to have to solve this. We're going to have to do a little bit more work with this one. So we're going to say that 11 equals 2x plus 3. I'm going to have to solve this. So I'm going to minus 3 from both sides. 11 minus 3 is 8 equals 2x. To get x by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and I end up with x equals 4. So in an ordered pair, this would be the ordered pair for 11. And same thing on the other side. I'm going to rewrite it as negative 6 equals 2x plus 3. And I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to minus 3 from both sides. Negative 6 minus 3 is negative 9 equals 2x. To get x by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So I get x equals negative 9 over 2. So this would be the ordered pair, negative 9 over 2, comma, negative 6. So now we have the function f of x equals 1/2 x plus 7. We're going to complete the table and graph this. So to complete our table, we need to plug in our x values into our equation. So we're going to have to find f of negative 4. We're going to have to find f of negative 2, f of 0, f of positive 2, and of positive 4. So to find f of negative 4, we're going to rewrite the function 1/2. Instead of x, we're going to put negative 4 in there, plus 7. Well, 1/2 times negative 4 is negative 2, and negative 2 plus 7 is going to give us 5. We're going to do the same thing with negative 2. We're going to do 1/2, parentheses, negative 2, plus 7. And 1/2 times negative 2 is negative 1, plus 7, and negative 1 plus 7 is positive 6. We have f of 0, so we're going to rewrite it 1/2, parentheses 0, 1/2 times 0 plus 7. Well, 1/2 times 0 is 0, and 0 plus 7 is 7. I'm going to plug in 2, so 1/2 times positive 2 plus 7. 1/2 times 2 is 1 plus 7, and 1 plus 7 is 8. And lastly, 1/2 times 4 plus 7. 1/2 times 4 is 2, and 2 plus 7 is 9. So I can finish filling in my table. So it'll be negative 4, 5, negative 2, 6, 0, 7, 2, 8, and 4, 9. And now I'm going to plot those points on my graph here to the right. So negative 4, 5 tells me I'm going to go left 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put a point there. And then I'm going to go to the next point, which is negative 2, 6. So I'm going to go left 1, 2, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to put a point there. And then my next point is 0, 7. So I'm going to start at 0 and just go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and put a point there. And I know I'm about to run off the graph. I'm just going to pretend like I'm still on it. So I have 2, 8, 1. So I'm going to go over 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be about here. So I'm going to put a point there. And then my last point is 4, 9. So I'm going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to put a point there. And this would be my line. F of x equals 1/2 x plus 7.